Do you want to know what the most common mistakes in Spanish are and how you can fix them so you can improve your Spanish? Then keep watching. Hola amigos, Mai here from Spanish & Go, your resource for learning real-world travel Spanish. When I started teaching Spanish to English speakers back in college, I soon realized that there were some very common mistakes all of my students were making. So today, I'm gonna tell you what these mistakes are and how you can correct them. Let's start with cognates. There are thousands of words in English and Spanish that don't only look and sound the same, but they also have the same exact meaning. These words are called cognates or cognados. Words like hotel, taxi, melon, actor are just a few examples. Cognates can make learning Spanish a lot easier for English speakers when they already know these words. Now, on the other hand, there are some words in Spanish that look very similar to some words in English, but these ones have different meanings. Now, this is called false cognates or falsos amigos. So false cognates are very confusing and they put you in situations where you think you know the meaning of a word, but you actually don't. So we're gonna start with número uno, realizar versus to realize. Realizar means to do or to accomplish something. To realize in Spanish is darse cuenta. For example, hoy me di cuenta de que los perros destruyeron mis zapatos. Today, I realized the dogs destroyed my shoes. Número 2. Embarazada versus embarrassed. Embarazada means pregnant. If you want to say embarrassed in Spanish, you would say avergonzado or avergonzada. For example, estaba muy avergonzada cuando me caí en la plaza. I was very embarrassed when I fell down at the plaza. We're gonna leave a link in the description where you can download a PDF with all the phrases from this video. Número 3. Parientes versus parents. Parientes means relatives. If you want to say parents in Spanish, you would say padres. For example, mis padres viven en México. My parents live in Mexico. Número 4. Suceso versus success. Suceso means event. If you want to say success in Spanish, you would say éxito. For example, nuestra fiesta improvisada fue todo un éxito. Our last minute party was a big success. Número 5. Introducir versus introduce. Introducir means to put in, to insert, or to enter. If you want to say to introduce someone in Spanish, you would say presentar a alguien. For example, Jim me presentó a su mamá en Minnesota. Jim introduced me to his mom in Minnesota. Número 6. Actualmente versus actually. Actualmente means nowadays or in this day and age or just now or at the moment. Now there is no exact translation for this one in Spanish, but if you want to say actually, you can say de hecho or la verdad es que or en realidad. For example, en realidad yo no quería ver esta película, pero mis amigos insistieron. Actually, I didn't want to watch this movie, but my friends insisted. Número 7. Soportar versus to support. Soportar means to stand. If you want to say support in Spanish, you would say apoyar. For example, nuestras familias apoyan nuestra decisión de no comer carne. Our families support our decision of not eating meat. Número 8. Sentencia versus sentence. Sentencia is the punishment given to a criminal by a judge or a court. If you want to say sentence in Spanish, you would say frase or oración. For example, esta oración es muy complicada. This sentence is very complicated. Before going to the next one, don't forget to like and subscribe for more travel and Spanish tips. Número 9. Colegio versus college. Now, colegio means any private school. It could be an elementary school, a high school, any kind of school that's private is a colegio. If you want to say college in Spanish, you would say universidad. For example, yo fui a la universidad en Colima, México. I went to college in Colima, México. Número 10. Now this one is not a false cognate. It's a case of a literal translation gone wrong. Buscando para versus looking for. Buscando para doesn't exist. It's wrong, don't use it. If you want to say looking for in Spanish, you would say buscando. And that's it. For example, estoy buscando mi celular. ¿Lo has visto? I'm looking for my cell phone. Have you seen it? Número 11. Another very common mistake Spanish learners make is regarding the use of ser and estar. Now, these two verbs are a headache for many Spanish learners. All you need to know is the main difference between these two verbs so you can avoid making mistakes using them. Basically, ser is used for things that are a little bit more difficult to change, things that are more permanent. For example, your nationality. I can say, I am Mexican. Yo soy mexicana. Of course, I can change my nationality, but that is not always easy to do. So you're gonna wanna use ser for things like that. Estar is used for things that are easier to change. For example, location. So if I say, I am in Puerto Rico, yo estoy en Puerto Rico, that's something easier to change. I could go to the airport right now, get on a plane, and be in a different country in a few hours. So that's easier to change, location. That's why you use estar. So we have a video dedicated to explaining how and when to use the verbs ser and estar. You can watch that video right here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video helped you realize what mistakes you're making. Let us know in the comments if you've made any of these mistakes or if there's any other mistake that you think is very common. Hasta luego!